Hey guys, Level Cap here, and today I want to talk about the company coin problem in Battlefield 5. Company coin is the currency generated in-game that is used to unlock weapon and vehicle upgrades as well as cosmetic items like weapon skins, vehicle skins, and soldier skins. There have been many bugs and issues with company coin generation since launch. Once players hit maximum rank of 50, which didn't take too long, the level up bonuses disappeared and company coin generation stopped altogether. So many players just stopped progressing towards unlocks completely. DICE did implement a patch that fixed this issue for many and actually awarded a lot of retroactive company coin, but there are still some who appear to be having issues with company coin generation. In addition to that, the amount of company coin needed to purchase cosmetics in-game is unrealistically high for just about all players, even the most dedicated. With complete vehicle and weapon skins costing upwards of 10,000 company coin, it could take the average player well over a week of playing every day just to get one full weapon skin or a mediocre vehicle skin. This is further compounded by the fact that before one can even consider cosmetic unlocks, players need to make sure that they get their vehicles and weapons upgraded, otherwise you'll be playing at a huge disadvantage. Having well over 100 hours into the game myself, I'm still struggling to upgrade my items to max level. Even though I've had some of my vehicles at maximum rank since the first week of the game, I haven't been able to allocate enough company coin to unlock those vehicles and test out their new abilities. Now yesterday I did a little bit of testing. I played Battlefield 5 for approximately 2 hours. I was able to generate 600 company coin plus another 300 more from completing the daily assignments for a total of 900 company coin. Seems alright for one day of playing for 2 hours. Mind you though, I was often topping the scoreboard and doing quite well, but I don't know how this affects company coin generation, if it affects it at all. Am I just rewarded 100 company coin for every successful game of Battlefield that I finish? I'm not really sure. And that's one of my big problems with it right now, is I just don't understand how company coin is generated and what actions allow me to earn it faster. The end of round scoreboard screen sometimes shows getting 2,000 company coin bonuses, but then it's never actually rewarded in game. I'm not even sure if it's DICE's intention to be awarding players 2,000 company coin bonuses at times, or is it a UI bug, or am I just reading the whole thing incorrectly? How much company coin does DICE actually want me to be able to get in 2 hours of playing at a high skill level? With cosmetics coming out on the 18th that will be purchasable with real world currency, DICE seems to be barreling towards another PR disaster if they don't fix the company coin generation and properly communicate how the system works to its fan base. I can already see the headlines now. DICE can't fix the game's progression system, so instead they ask players to use real-world money to buy their unlocks. I'm sure the news sites will come up with far more interesting titles than that, but you guys can sort of see the picture of what we're heading towards. I don't think we're going to quite hit the Star Wars Battlefront 2 loot crate scandal all over again, but the internet really doesn't need much to go on an anti-EA rant these days, and this is more than enough fuel for that fire. Now, the other enormous problem with the whole company coin situation is having to choose between a tactical advantage in game and cool cosmetic upgrades. There are other games that put tactics and cosmetics into the same currency pool, but they often have that currency generation at such a high level that players don't feel like they have to sacrifice their abilities and weapon upgrades to look cooler. Battlefield 5, on the other hand, has forced me into a position where I've decided not to pursue any cosmetic unlocks until I can upgrade my vehicles and weapons all the way. This might not be as big of an issue for someone who isn't interested in vehicle combat in Battlefield 5. Or perhaps they only play one class, and within that class only test out a few different guns. If that's the case, then maybe company coin amounts are probably adequate for both upgrading your weapons and cosmetics, at least for a while. But if you're a player that enjoys branching out and playing all aspects of Battlefield 5, which is honestly one of the themes and things that DICE really encourages players to do, then the company coin situation is very bad. DICE needs to do something, and frankly they need to do it fast, preferably before the 18th. One quick and easy solution would be to increase company coin generation significantly. In fact, DICE could kill two birds with one stone here if they increase the level cap from 50 to 100 or 150. Currently, it seems like about a third of the player base has already hit max rank, which is really disappointing considering that it used to be a good way to determine another player's experience level. By increasing the max rank and offering company coin bonuses for each new level, it would help increase company coin amount, offer more endgame progression, and allow players to better represent their own experience levels. That's a cheap and easy fix. It's not perfect, but it's something DICE could probably do pretty quickly, possibly before the 18th. Now, to get into fixes that better address the root of the problem with Company Coin, a redesigned end of round screen showing specifically how Company Coin is generated would help players understand the system much better. Better UI elements in game letting you know when an action you've completed awarded you Company Coin, or just something to better explain how it's generated overall. Getting further into the root of the issue, I would personally separate weapon and cosmetic unlocks from one another. I find it really depressing having to choose between actual upgrades and cosmetic upgrades. Taking this choice away from me and instead putting specialization unlocks tied into weapon and vehicle levels would mean that Company Coin had no effect on how good my weapons or vehicles performed. It would just be based on how experienced I was with those weapons or vehicles. Then I could just think about Company Coin from a purely cosmetic angle. Cosmetics are still very expensive, and even if I had all of the Company Coin refunded to me that I've spent on weapon specializations, it would still only allow me to buy a handful of rare weapon skins, like maybe deck out 6 or 7 guns, and that's not factoring in soldier cosmetics or vehicle cosmetics at all. It would still be a lot of grinding to get lots of cool cosmetic unlocks, but at least it wouldn't feel like it was hindering my combat abilities to look cool. Personally, I don't mind if cosmetic items are a bit of a grind to get. As long as the grind is playing Battlefield in a fun way, then I'm good with it. I know that DICE has to make money via microtransactions because they've gotten rid of their premium model, and putting really cool cosmetics in the game to generate that money is honestly fine with me. But from a progression standpoint, things are so painfully imbalanced right now, it causes a lot of frustration, which will shortly become outrage if it's not properly dealt with before monetary purchases are added to the game. So to recap on what I think DICE should do to fix the Company Coin situation, they need to work with the progression rate of Company Coin, better look at how much players are going to need to play in order to get some cool cosmetic upgrades to inspire them to play more or work towards more goals. They need to fix the bugs with it. If there's players still having issues generating Company Coin, that absolutely has to be ironed out. And then they also need to communicate it better to players. If possible, separating it from weapon upgrades and unlocks would be ideal, but I don't honestly see DICE going back on that. They could probably get around it in the long run by just improving the progression rate with it, but ultimately those are the things that I think need to happen to fix the Company Coin situation and make the progression in this game more fun. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about the Company Coin situation in Battlefield 5. What would you like to see from it in the future? And I'll see you next time. This is Level Cap, signing off.